Hey everyone, it's Katie from Just Claying Around. Thought I'd try something a little bit different for this video, so I'll be going through a few skills, tools and textures that you can use when working with polymer clay. Here are some of my favourite clay tools: an X-Acto knife, a needle tool, dotting tools and silicone tip tools. My most important tool is my hands and my fingers. I always wear a pair of rubber gloves that I make sure has a nice smooth finish on the fingertips as well. The first thing I'm going to go over is conditioning harder clays. This is where wearing gloves really helps keep your hands and the clay clean. Working with hard crumbling clays can be really frustrating, and it's something I have been asked about a lot. Working in a warm room and having warm hands will help with this. Basically, the more you break it down and get the clay warm, the oils that's in it start to become more malleable and easier to work with. Just to give you a rough idea, this process has taken me up to half an hour before to condition certain coloured clays. As the clay is warming up, you can slowly start to see it becoming more stretchy and rubbery. Now, how about mixing two different coloured clays together to get the exact colour clay that you're looking for? Or maybe it's just to experiment with some colours. When doing this process, it's super important to mix and blend these colours together really well. Now I'm going to show you a really simple trick to make grass texture using aluminium foil. First I roll some foil into a ball, and then I press that ball all over the surface of the clay. I use light pressure if I want to give the appearance of shorter grass, and then I use a firm pressure if I want to give the appearance of longer grass. My favourite and most used tool is a needle tool. I use it a lot for making details on the clay, but mostly I use it for blending on small parts like little arms and ears. You need a lot of patience for this part of the process. It can take quite a while to blend all these joins down. I also find it depends on the clay. Some work really well to do this with, and some are a bit of a struggle. Next is a silicone tip tool. I actually use these quite a lot as well. They're really great to smooth the clay around the joins, especially when it's not easy to use your fingers because everything is so small. For texturising the outside of cupcakes, I actually like to use a toothbrush, which I 100% promise I've only used on clay. And for the inside of the muffin, I like to use my knife, making little swirls and scratches in the clay, roughing it up, making it look like the inside of a muffin. Dotting tools are really handy as well for creating different textures in the clay, like the outside of this lemon or around the edge of the fried egg. You can also use them for drawing details into the clay, like this wood grain that I made. And finally, one of the easiest tools to find that I'm sure everyone has a pile of lying around their house, a cotton tip. I clean every piece before and after baking with one of these and some rubbing alcohol to remove any dust and dirt before I glaze. I like working with rubbing alcohol because, as you can see, it just completely evaporates and then it's easy to glaze straight on afterwards. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what's your favourite polymer clay tool to work with, and if you have any questions, I'd also love to hear from you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for next week's upload.